Okay, it has been too long since I played Lantern Control. I adore this deck. We're trying out a new version of it with Unmoored Ego to try and solve some of the problems the deck has. It struggles against Tron, it struggles against KCI. Unmoored Ego is great against both those decks. So I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. Ooh, so this hand is fine. Got an Inquisition, a Lantern, and essentially a Codex Shredder. Or a Bridge, or what have you. Seems very reasonable. How is Unmoored Ego better than Slaughter Games or the like? It's better than Slaughter Games because it's like a mana cheaper mainly. Being a mana cheaper, I think, is a pretty big deal in Modern. It can also hit lands, so it can actually interact with a deck like Tron, which is a deck Lantern typically struggles against quite a bit. Okay, I want to lead with Lantern before Inquisition, I think. Because then I have full information for the Inquisition, which I think is pretty appealing. Yeah, I'm just going to get full information for this Inquisition. It's like a bit risky, letting them get a draw step like this, but I think the Inquisition, if we need extra cards worth of information, giving us perfect info is worth a bit. Death's Shadow. Okay. Maybe Swamp. This matchup is traditionally not easy. But people have been cutting down on the number of Colligan's commands, which definitely helps a lot. If people aren't playing so many Colligan's commands, the matchup does get easier for us. So you know they have Shadow, Swamp, and Tarn. Tiny paper cuts, that's fair, that's fair. Oh, death by 1,000 cuts. I don't think I need to crack this Bauble yet. I think I'm just going to hold on to this. Because if there's a card on top that we don't want, I guess we never actually... No, I think I'm still going to hold on to this because I've got the Whir of Invention. And this is an artifact towards Whir to help me find a bridge, potentially. Yeah, I'm just going to hold on to this Bauble. I don't think I have any great need to crack it. Not getting to cast the Thoughtseize, a bit sad, but I think holding onto the Bauble is very reasonable. Ah, okay, Ape. That's really interesting. That's good to know. Wow. Their hand is so bad. They have 2 dismembers. Yikes. Yeah. Lantern can be a liability versus their card draw sometimes. We'll see. Sometimes you want it and sometimes you don't. It kind of varies a lot in the matchup, but I definitely agree there's a chance we're just going to get rid of it. Oh yeah, because they can cast the Angler anyway, right? Because they got a fetch land, so failing to find wouldn't achieve that much. God, drawing this Thoughtseize is so sad. It's kind of heartbreaking. It's not like the worst, because they get to Faithless Looting and then we get to Thoughtseize them. So it's still like something, but it's obviously not ideal. Alright, we're just going to pass Whir up, I think. I could just go get a Shredder. I'm unsure if this wants to find a Shredder or a Bridge. It's really hard for them to beat Bridge. Especially if they don't have the any Colligan's commands main, then they're like basically just dead to rights. I'm probably just meant to try and get a Bridge. It means I have to draw this stupid Spellbomb, which is like another downside. The Spellbomb is pretty... I guess we can cycle the Spellbomb, it's not like the end of the world, but... Yeah, I'm just going to pass the turn. I'll let them have the Street Wraith. We can figure out what we want to do. once they've lootinged. With looting, you're confident they don't have Gay Command main. Okay. That's the one downside to me playing Lantern. At the moment, I haven't kept on top of all the, like, subtle changes that have gone on with some of the lists recently. So, I'm definitely, you know, not as on the ball with stuff like that as I'd like to be, in terms of, like, knowing the exact compositions of opposing decks. Yeah, I'm gonna Whir of Bridge. I think that sounds great, Dota. So we get to play Spellbomb, Whir of Bridge, and then the fish can't swing anymore. Sounds great. Someone sounds sick in my house. What do you mean, Injectilio? I'm not sure I understand. You hear coughing. That is very strange. There is no coughing going on. I'm wondering if this mic is, like, oversensitive at the moment. It's, like, catching, like, my arm rubbing against the desk or something. Alright, go get a bridge. Mox Opal, strong draw. Right, now we can finally start, like, cycling this Bauble and this Spellbomb and such. Oh, I have my radiator on and I'm kind of, like, knocking my fingernails against it. I'm unsure if that could be it. Alright, we have some bad cards to get through. It's not the end of the world, though. Just gonna go ahead and draw this island. I'm not going to sack this Lantern yet. I don't think it's actually that helpful to them at the moment, based on what we know. And we could draw a Codex Shredder, potentially, which makes us want to keep it around. Okay, so Fatal Push, Snapcaster, so they have 2 snaps in hand. They discarded the 2 Dismembers. Go ahead and cycle this. I'm making you very happy. I'm glad to hear that, Squirmet. Alright. Another bridge is actually really good, to be fair. Another bridge is quite excellent. Right. Are we naming Abandoned Hope? I'm naming Street Wraith, I believe. Intolerable. So that their 2 Street Wraiths are then dead draws. Guess I'm just meant to get rid of a Snapcaster instead of a Bolt. I'm going to keep this in play. It helps them a bit with their Delta, but I think the information's worth a bit to us as well. I think making Codex Shredder into an actual card if we draw it is, like, really high upside, so might as well. Mismatching Snapcasters. It's fine, we got rid of one of them. Wow. Street Wraith right on top. I guess that Delta's getting sacked immediately. There is a possibility we were meant to take the Bolt. If they have 2 bolts in their deck, then, like, 2 bolts plus 2 Snapcasters is actually lethal. if they draw another Snapcaster, so... Whereas it, like, if they have exactly 2 bolts in the deck and we take both bolts, they can only cast bolt... Well, we take one of the bolts, they can only cast bolt 3 times, which adds up to 9, which leaves us alive. So, like, I could believe that we were meant to take the bolt, but... Kinda hard to make that shout when there's a Snapcaster there. That is the literal best card we could possibly see on top of our library. Sounds amazing. Bit late. Bit late to the party. We do have a Grafdigger's Cage. That is correct. I'm gonna go get a Shredder though, I believe. And then we'll make sure they never draw Colligan's Command. I guess I could just go get a Pyxis. That's probably a bit better. Pyxis is probably a bit better here. Yeah, we'll find a Shredder at some point. And then we'll get rid of their library and they'll die. The usual. Right, we have to remember they have Stubborn. Stubborn Seize. Pyxis is a great word, agree. Alright, this is a nice draw. Hopefully finds a Shredder, then we have the pair together. Or another bridge, I guess. It's also fine. Complete the set. Ooh, another Stirrings. Geese. Fire off the Stirrings. They're not stubborn denying it. Ooh, this is a good one. Witchbane Orb's also nice, but really hard for me to say no to Academy Ruins. Yeah, this is Sam Black's list. It's very nice so far. Only in our first game there. Ooh, there's a new dragon. Sick. I'll take a look at it during sideboarding, Cambo. I think I'm just gonna... I could just activate the Pyxis. It's probably fine. The thing is, the Battle Rage is literal blank cardboard for them. I don't want to risk them having like 2 good cards in a row, since I think it's so hard for them to actually win from here. Riot Dragon. Alright, I think I'm going to get rid of this Maya, because it's a reshuffle. I don't really want the Surgical anyway. This can take Stubborn Denial. Or get countered by Stubborn Denial, same thing. Looting is 100% getting exiled. And we can get out of here. Alright, this is going to end the game really quickly now. Game is super over. With 2 mil rocks in play, one of which can just like target them. Inquisition, they can have that. Why not Ruins my Spellbomb? Because that's an incredibly slow way to win. I think over like the 100+ matches of Lantern I've played in my life, I've done the Ruins Spellbomb kill like literal 0 times. It's just not worth the effort most of the time. It's much quick. It's actually just functionally much quicker to mill them out, as weird as that sounds. Does Lantern still run Ether Grip on the sideboard? This list doesn't have it. Honestly, I've not seen a list have it for ages. Oh, they're at 5. Fair point. Fair point. Y'all are smart. Fine. I'll kill them. Kill them, I guess. I'm just so used to defaulting to this, but I guess killing my opponent is, like, technically considered good. That is the Street Wraith. It does nothing. Thanks to the mighty Pithing Needle. What's a life total? What do you do with a life total? Never heard of such a concept. Isn't the life total the 60 cards you start with? At the beginning of the deck, you start at 60 life. You immediately go down to 53. I think that's how things work. Why are they still playing? They want to eat into our clock to try and time us out. Because they don't realize that we never time out unless we're playing blue-white, then we time out. More than I'm particularly proud of. Alright. Let's finish them. Do I think Absorb will be good in Standard or Modern? I think it will be a fine, playable card in Standard. See a reasonable amount of play. Be very unexciting. I would be shocked if it sees Modern play. 3 mana, like cancels, have just like never been particularly Modern playable. So these seem really bad. Tezzeret seems awesome. Surgical could actually be fine. I think these are the cards I'm interested in. So, traditionally what you do is you trim on lanterns against their deck. Because lantern is not always beneficial to you, and you often want to fetch it up later in the game rather than have it early in this matchup. We don't actually know that yet, Noda, but there's been like some theories that there'll be a new format released that you can play the cards in. Yeah, there'll probably be a new non-rotating format, but we've not seen it yet. Pithing Needle is pretty garbage. I'm also a lot like the biggest fan of Pyrite Spellbomb. You can also trim on Pyxis once you're like trimming on lanterns. Which is fine too. How does this look? I've not sideboarded with this deck in a good long while. Yeah, I would be surprised if they do that, Noda. I imagine they would want to support a format like that by keeping the cards available. I don't think we want Unmoored Ego. Colligan's Command's really annoying, but I think I'd rather use like Grafdigger's Cage to deal with that. Seems decent, or Surgical. Let's take a look at this dragon. Skagan Hellkite. They're just spoiling all the mythics today. It's absurd. So many of them. Hey, Leyline in our opener. Aren't we just the actual luckiest? 2 Leylines in the board. Obviously have one in our opener, because why wouldn't we? Also, I think the opponent's meant to take the draw, but it's not too well known that that's the case. What is Trophy doing? If like some of their drawers they only have one threat. Sometimes they'll have like a Liliana post board. It's probably better than anything in the sideboard. It's not great. Surgical seems bad. I think we want the Surgicals because of Snapcasters and Lootings, but it's not. I agree it's not the best in the world. Lantern's a very different deck to like most decks in regards to Surgical, because like so few cards matter that Surgical actually becomes pretty high impact in that regard, because it can interact with the cards that do matter. It's really sad we can't fire off this Inquisition. Yes, I'm just casting the Shredder and passing the turn, because that way I have an artifact in play for the Glimmervoid. It's still really scary to actually play out the Glimmervoid anytime soon. That's the problem. If they have like a single shatter effect, they get to Stone Rain us at the same time. Oh, I should probably mill myself because of Ruins. I'm like a bit scared of a Surgical of their own. Is the one problem. I don't really know if Shadow players are on Leylines or Surgicals at the moment. I have a Ruins literally in hand. I think it's probably correct to mill myself. Oh wow, that's an absurd draw. That makes it super safe to go for the Inquisition. I'm going to Inquisition before Stirrings, I think. Oh, did we leave us? Was I silly? I boarded out all my Pithing Needles. I should have at least one in because of Liliana. That was very bad. It's been too long since I played this. I still think I want to cast the Inquisition first because it informs the Stirrings. Engineered explosives. That garbage can get out of here. Card is very hard to beat. So they got a blank, Time Walk, and a Snapcaster. I think I meant to mill myself before I cast the Stirrings, because if I mill a bridge, then I don't necessarily need to grab one. I guess having two bridges isn't exactly the worst, right? We're definitely just grabbing Bauble. We can use it as a scry with the Shredder, which is nice. So I'm going to take a draw step. And then I can do the Bauble plus Shredder thing over the next turn cycle. Yep. Take 10. I think I just want to take a draw step because then I can actually cast Whir for bridge. Whereas if I do this in my upkeep, I can't Whir. Okay. Right. So I want to Mishra's Bauble myself. Thoughtseize. That does answer the Snapcaster, but we've got more pressing concerns here. Oh, I wonder if I meant to play out Ruins here, because then I can like mill myself. Worst case scenario, rebuy the Bauble for another scry. That might be better than what I'm currently doing. Alright, we only have one turn cycle now. No worries, Imogen. Nonsense is appreciated. Wow, we're just dead. Cool, cool. They ripped the land for lethal. Yeah, this is in fact game. This is kind of a sad game to lose. They didn't really do very much. Yes, neither did we. Also dead to land. Yep. You're right, Jadoff. Right, we should have one Pithing Needle win. That was a pretty silly oversight. Just because we want to be able to 2-1 for like an explosives or a lily. Yeah, we have an Inventors Fair to help with that. I am very sad about that Injectilio. Jadine's writing is excellent. I'm kind of in for this setup. Ooh. Okay. Sand doesn't have a bridge, but I think it's quite reasonable. Oh yeah, Jadine and Emma, both incredible at figuring out where to be in Modern, for sure. Yeah, not having bridge is not necessarily a downside because they have so much discard, for sure. Oh, I was meant to put myself on the draw, wasn't I? I'm silly. I actually want to be on the draw in this matchup, weirdly. Bauble, Inquisition. I'm just gonna take the Inquisition. The Bauble was like pretty good for them, but I guess I don't care about these cards too much, but the fact that I can trophy the Angler and then they don't necessarily have a threat left feels potentially pretty big. Yep. Ugh. Punished. God, if I'd just taken the Bauble, the second discard spell would be dead. Potentially. So brutal. Please draw a needle. Oh my god. Had worse draws. Take their fish, potentially. They have exact... This hand is such a tilt. The Thoughtseize does so little against it. I think we take the fish, right? And then they can't even cast the shadow next turn. It goes 3/3. Shadow is faster. I'm not even sure that's true. So let's see. Next time they cast a fish. On turn 3 they go 5. Turn 4 they go 5. Turn 5 they go 5. Turn 6 they go 5. If I take the fish and leave them with a shadow, next turn they don't cast it. Turn after they cast it, it's a 3/3. Turn 4 it attacks for 6. Turn 5 it attacks for 9. It's like the same speed, I think. I think it's the same speed. I do have Inquisitions that can hit this. I'm just gonna take the fish. I'm not really sure which is better to take there. The fact that like the fish would empty out their graveyard is non-zero, but cards in their graveyard aren't even exactly that exciting. Yeah, they should have, agree. Just like aggressively fetch shock. I should mill myself for Academy Ruins. Alright. I don't think I want to blind activate because I have Whir targets in my deck that are actually pretty relevant. Okay, so any land lets me tutor a bridge. Any mana source. Fair is good, agree. Fair is pretty good here. Now any mana source. Any non-fast land mana source, I guess, gets me a bridge. Alright, I think I want to stop milling myself now I have a bridge in the yard. Hey. It's a good one. Please don't have stubborn denial. Thank God. Who's my favorite music artist? There are a few. I really love Joanna Newsom, although I've not listened to her stuff very much the last couple of years. I really, really love Amanda Palmer and everything she's been involved with. I love Metric. My favorite artist for like most of my teen years was Pink Floyd. I like still really enjoy them. I haven't really listened to them much recently, but they are definitely great. Tezzeret's a nice one if they don't have stub. Oh yeah, stub wouldn't have done it because they didn't have ferocious. That's true. No, rude. And we need to dodge a K command for a few turns whilst we get set up, but I think we're in an okay spot at the moment. The bridge in play. I don't think I'm meant to mill either of us. Do we fair for Welding Jar? Probably, yeah, if we hit a mana source. That actually sounds really nice. Okay, this is a scry. This is actually pretty good. We're going to use it on ourselves. Targeting our opponent is not actually as relevant as targeting ourselves, because they have the fetch land in play. So we can go target ourselves. Oh, I listen to Fantasies so much. Fantasies is excellent. I had a period in my life where I just like Metric was like half of what I listened to. Time to start building a Pyxis. Yeah, you might be right, Jadoff. Ooh, I can go get a Welding Jar now. Which is nice. I think that's just what I want to do. Hopefully they don't have another Stubborn Denial. One nice thing, our mana costs are really diverse for engineered explosives. I don't know if I'm meant to be activating Pyxis in response to try and hit like fetch targets. Unlikely. I'm probably going to start blindly activating at least Pyxis, probably both now. I kind of just want to start activating both. I've got a second Codex Shredder. I can just try and get them dead now. Like, we give them Snapcaster targets potentially, but kind of feel if they had a Snapcaster, they might have been tempted to reuse the Stubborn Denial on the Welding Jar anyway. God, this matchup is always so scary. You're just like playing the game partially blind so often. Since you're boarding out your lanterns. Yeah, I agree, Jadoff, I agree. That's like part of the reason I didn't go for it. Like you say, the land drops just don't matter. Whereas hitting relevant spells does. Oh, this is the downside to shredding them. I am silly. I forgot they never used to play Faithless Looting back when I was playing Lantern seriously. So I'm not used to the idea of having to be aware of this card. Does that mean I'm just not meant to blindly shred until I can find a Surgical or Grafdigger's Cage? Maybe. Like I say, like back when I was playing Lantern properly, it was like before the Jace unban. Like ages ago, they just didn't play Faithless Looting. They play like 2 copies, I think. So it's not that many, but obviously this is probably pretty problematic for us. But they get to actually get some filtering in. I have a Crucible in my deck? No. Lantern's not played a Crucible in a long time. Kind of just want to keep shredding them. Is that complete nonsense? Probably. Now that we've seen the looting, they have a second one in their deck somewhere. I'm really unsure. Like, I can just start turning fairs into, like, bridges and do that instead, and that's pretty reasonable. Turning shredders into bridges. Alright, I'm gonna slow down. I'm pretty scared now. Good draw. I remember that ape. Those were strange times for all involved. Codex Tez, yeah. If they don't have a counterspell in hand, I'm probably gonna do that. Having the Thoughtseize to clear the way for Tez is pretty nice. Oh, I guess I could get back Tez and then go Thoughtseize into Tez. I don't really want their discard spells to be live, though, is the thing. By holding the Thoughtseize. Alright, keep on Pyxising. Yeah, just return bridges. I think I agree. God, yield until next end step is the nicest thing in the world with Lantern, huh? That was a thing that didn't exist last time I played it. We're gonna get back Ensnaring Bridge. Just start casting more of these. Yeah, getting back bridges is pretty bad if they draw specifically engineered explosives, I guess. But no, I kind of just want to play fast at this point. I feel like the easiest way for me to lose this game at this point is timing out. So I'm just going to try and play at a reasonable pace. Okay, there's Selene. Getting perilous, I will say that much. I'm probably meant to be milling myself with this, huh? Oh, that's a great draw. You really want to know what's going on over there. Before I commit to anything else with like shredders and stuff. Disdainful stroke, disdainful stroke. Alright, well, I'm never getting back anything expensive, I guess. With my shredder if they have a stroke in hand. That hand is incredibly not bothersome though. I'm very well, Selene. Doing pretty good. Just milling my opponents. Do I want to get anything back? Yeah, I could get Needle for E, that's true. Could also just get back an Inventors Fair. Inventors Fair for another jar. Start killing their red sources, that's wild. Jeez. Just gonna get back Inventors Fair. No, that's nothing. E doesn't work right now, it doesn't. Sorry, I have to make a decision. I need to stop reading chat. I need to actually make a play. Alright, I have surgical in my yard, so I can actually mill them. Right, I figured it out. I don't care about faithless looting, so I literally have surgical in my yard. Okay, cool. That took me way too long to figure out. Abrade. Obviously take the abrade. I should probably have abraded my my welding jar, but hey. Faithless looting. Right. I'm gonna get rid of that faithless looting because it's pretty scary. Pretty spooky. Oh yeah, I agree they want to bring in stroke. Obviously it's not a terribly exciting card for them to bring in though. I should probably do this draw step. I just want to be quick though. More than anything. Trophy. Getting back trophy to kill their red sources is so slow. You have to do it 3 times. You need Snapcaster. They have 1k command in their deck. They have 2 freaking engineered explosives. Alright, so next time we have to get back Pithing Needle, I guess. Okay. Next time we're getting back Pithing Needle for the engineered explosives. And then I think that locks the game, most likely. Provided they don't draw one this turn. If they draw one this turn, things get like a tiny bit tougher. You can't kill their red sources with trophy unless they have unless you have Academy Ruins. Then it's like way more doable. But otherwise you just don't have the loop to do that properly. Abrade. Okay. Please kill a bridge. Killing the Pyxis, huh? Fine. I think that makes it deterministic. I might be wrong. I believe that makes it deterministic. Unless they drew like Stubborn Denial that turn. So now we need name engineered explosives. You've got so many seconds. Loads of time. Not that much time. Not enough time. Need more time. Got like 10 whole seconds per turn cycle. That's so many seconds. God, yield until next end step is my new favorite thing in the world. It's like unreal how good it is. Just casting this to make sure I don't forget to keep my hand empty. Yeah, I could do that. I've got a whole minute left though. Might as well do it the technically correct way. Whole minute. Just like infinite time. Do they still have a disdainful stroke in hand? I can't quite remember. I'm probably just meant to get Welding Jar anyway. Yeah, they do have a disdainful stroke in hand. Doesn't matter. Should definitely have got a Welding Jar though. Or tried to. I guess it might have been Pyxis by this point. Yep. You sure are trying to eat into my clock, opponent. Literally basking in all these seconds. Choice of damnations. Oh my god. I saw that happen in a CFB article at one point, I think. Okay. Oh, now we can, like, literally actually F6, so that's nice. Opponent doing us a favor here. Resolves. Get back to this Codex Shredder. Milieu. I forgot about the timeout sweat. I've missed this. Timeout sweat is real. Oh my gosh. Easy win. Easiest. The bigger the creature, the more scared it is of crossing the bridge. Yeah. Alright. Lantern is back. Never left. Not in our hearts. Everyone's afraid of the troll lurking beneath it. Need the Golgari Grave Troll Bridge combo deck. Activate your Golgari Grave Troll to get it small enough to go underneath. Oh my gosh, Lassie, such relief. You've been spared. Hopefully it isn't like yesterday and we don't face like literally 40% Death Shadow. Those games are like kind of fun, but they're also pretty intense. What are Lantern's bad matchups? So the previous list, the before Unmoored Ego. Hey there, Dokamoy. Before Unmoored Ego, Tron was a terrible matchup. Like, I'm talking like 20% terrible. KCI was like worse than that. Those are the only really like absurdly bad matchups. I thought Bant Coco was a really bad matchup. That deck's basically disappeared though. Bant Coco felt like it was like 40% or something. Just because they had so many tireless trackers. What about Storm? Lantern's favored against Storm by a fair bit. Game 1 is really easy because you just tutor for a Grafdigger's Cage or a Witchbane Orb. And then you just have to like mise one of the post-board games when they have sideboard cards in. Oh, I think Blue-White Control's not a great matchup for Lantern. Weirdly, I think Jeskai Control's like pretty decent matchup, whereas I think Blue-White is like quite bad for you. Just because Blue-White's able to board out all their bad cards, which Jeskai can't really do. God, I would love to fire this off this turn. Obviously, we have to get an artifact in play. Alright, let them know what's going on. This hand is very bad against humans. I think we are probably going to lose this one. Sadly. Pretty sure we're going to lose this one. If we don't draw pretty well from this point onwards. We do have a Whir, which helps a lot. The Fadia is going to do a lot of work here also though. Hey, alright. Second Fadia is like pretty bad. Yeah, for sure, Lassie. Those are all really important. Also, like, you just post board, you just have like 60 relevant cards, right? Whereas Jeskai has like has to leave in a bunch of bolts and stuff post board. I guess I take Freebooter. Hope they mage the bridge, and then I have Whir. Kind of risky. I think that depends on how smart they are. Most people normally mage bridge first, but I think you're meant to name Whir first. Because there are 4 copies of Whir and 3 of bridge. But bridge is like the obvious threat, right? Yeah, they just name bridge. That's good for us. Alright, yes, I still just want to keep milling them. We have to still draw really well. We need to draw like a Mox Opal, really, more than anything. Or like any 0 mana artifact. God, this Fadia. I guess I'm playing an artifact. I could try and Stirrings into specifically Mopal. I think I need to get a bridge next turn though. I think I need to like draw a land, hope that they make this a 4/4. I take 8, so I go to 5. With Fadia on board, Stirrings is just bad. Like 2 mana Stirrings would not be particularly playable in Modern. It's not even a case of balanced, it's just like bad with Fadia on board. Isn't our sideboard way worse against them now? Yeah. I'm a bit worried about this matchup. Beforehand, you used to have like Pyroclasm in the board. Maybe another removal spell. Whereas Sam has taken all that stuff out to try and help with the legitimately bad matchups. because humans has been on the downtick. I think that's going to make this matchup a bit tougher. I'm not even going to bother milling. I think we're just dead. Like, what do I do here? Tutoring for a bridge does nothing. Yeah. The Fadia on the play was just too much for us to deal with. If we were on the play, we probably win that game as well, but Fadia was too much. Brutality. Abrupt Decay. Welding Jars. That's like it. I guess we could bring in a Spellskite. I guess it also just blocks, which is fine. Even with the old board. I felt like it was basically 50-50 with the old board. The new board seems like it should be a lot worse though. Indeed, Ape, indeed. Oh yeah, Fountain looks actually fine. Agree. I should bring in Fountain. Agree completely. So what cards are bad? Cage is bad. Pithing Needle is like pretty bad. Normally you can like cut some number of mill rocks. Okay, I think that's basically it. So it's the question of whether we'd prefer a single Pithing Needle or just to be able to like hit Ether Vial, which is really marginal but can randomly do a bunch of work. It can hit Horizon Canopy too. Actually, hitting Horizon Canopy is actually pretty relevant. I feel like there's a decent argument for a single copy of Pithing Needle just because between Horizon Canopy and Vial. Yeah, I agree, Ape. The mill rocks are like, you don't need too many of them in this matchup typically. Normally once you've stabilized, you need like one mill rock, and then because they just have so few relevant cards at that point, you don't need much more than that. This hand is pretty good. Needs another mana source, but I think we're meant to keep it. It really needs another mana source. If it draws it, it like probably just wins the game. I'm gonna keep. I'm feeling lucky. Might want to Blind Needle and Tattoo. Well, they played a Canopy, so hey there, Gatekeeper. Great to see you. I think we will just be naming the Canopy since they have not played a Vial on turn 1. Oh wow. Alright. Gatekeeper. Thank you so much for the continued support. Everyone gets some love in chat for is that 5 months? 5 months is so many months. Thanks, Gatekeeper, it means a ton. More than usual luckiness. This was pretty lucky though, to be fair. This was about usual luckiness. I don't really want that Whir if I can help it. See what's going on over there. Okay. Why did they not play Noble Hierarch on turn 1? Five months is basically a year. Seriously though, why did they not play Noble Hierarch on turn 1? I'm really confused. Am I missing something? They want the Hierarch. I'm not. Sure. That makes sense, I guess. Yeah, they want Lieutenant to keep counters of it. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm not sure I agree with it, but Am I allowed to take Night of Autumn? That's what I'm wondering. I kinda want to take the Meddling Mage. Meddling Mage is like actually pretty problematic. Obviously the Knight's not great for us either. Yeah, I can see their logic, for sure. You take the Mage. Yeah, I think we have to. The Knight's going to be awkward for us too, but because they didn't play the Hierarchon one, we have a bit of time. And like, we can get so many bridges in play that the Knight doesn't necessarily matter that much, right? Like, we've got 2 bridges in hand, potentially, if we want them to be. Yeah, Lieutenant. So they have a Mantis. I'm gonna mill myself. I need to find lands. Hey, that is, in fact, one of the things I described. Phantasmal Image is actually pretty annoying. Of note. A bit of me wants to mill the Phantasmal Image. I don't really want them having like a million Night of Autumns in hand for me to grind through. You wouldn't. They are choked on lands, but I don't know how we beat a pile of Phantasmal Images. I guess we beat them by killing the Night of Autumn. Sorry, Knight. I mean no harm, but like... Land and Bridge. Yeah, I think I agree. And then we can find a Welding Jar to deal with the Night of Autumn. We have to kill the Night of Autumn somehow. But... I guess this just kind of has to find a jar then. If that's the plan. And like, I don't really want to draw the Fountain of Renewal. Three Nobles is still a hurdle. You're not wrong. I think I just have to do this. I don't think I can beat this many Phantasmal Images. Obviously the Knight is going to be quite annoying, but we'll find a way, I'm sure. God, this is so frustrating. Not having Pyroclasms in my deck, huh? Find Welding Jar first. I guess that's the plan. I feel like this Fountain is just like a dead draw, so I think I have to find Welding Jar first. Like, this Fountain is actually just blank cardboard. It doesn't actually affect anything. Let them never find another land. They literally have a Noble Hierarch in hand. This is the problem. It's not realistic. And they have like 20 lands in their deck and 4 Hierarchs and 4 Vials. Trying to keep them off mana is just kind of nonsense, I think. Playing Bridge, then digging for discard. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, what am I doing with this? Probably just getting a draw. Lets me live through the first night. And then I have a bit of time to find another bridge or another jar. I think image is a huge problem. I think we can't beat double image on like Hierarch. So I think that just had to happen. It does, But we have to get to that point first, is the problem. It will drop 2 knights at once. Yep. This is remarkably frustrating. I don't remember the matchup feeling quite like this, but this is blank cardboard. Sadly. I think image it. Wait, what? I don't think oh, image. Image. There's phantasmal images. Upkeep for mill myself. What am I hoping to draw to then, Chocolate Man? I have to draw to like my one other welding jar. It feels really improbable. Has to be specifically second jar. Just like taking my 2%er to still be in the game. Alternatively, I can mill them. If they don't hit a land, they only get to play 1 knight next turn and only attack us for free. And then we're drawing to like Bridge, Whir, Jar. Obviously they could hit another land. I feel like just drawing this leaves us with the higher odds, but it's pretty rough either way. Interesting. Okay. So if they don't have another mana source, we can Inquisition the one that's left in their hand. Good. Alright, alright. Kind of doing some stuff. They get to Knight the bridge, we get to Welding Jar the bridge, and then next turn we get to Inquisition the Phantasmal Image. And then they have a bunch of blanks in hand, and we just have to like figure out how to deal with this Noble Hierarch, which shouldn't be too problematic. I think we're kind of getting somewhere. Incredibly slowly and awkwardly. Yep. I would like to keep my bridge around, please. I'm just going to draw this Inquisition, obviously. Take their Phantasmal Image. Alright. Yeah, we're now 90% plus. We've gone from like what felt like incredibly unlikely to win to massive favorites, I believe. I believe that is the case. In the space of a turn or two. We need a Fountain of Renewal or a Spellbomb. Any number of things. I'm not too worried. I'm actually just going to draw the Shredder. I think I just want a third mill rock now. So it makes it so easy to find anything we want. I feel like we've got lots of time now. Yeah, the discard spell was perfect. Them bricking on a land and us drawing the discard spell was like exactly what we needed. You just want Fountain. I think the Fountain does not seem terrible. I will give it that much. We Inquisitioned the Phantasmal Image after they played the Knight by milling their 5th mana source, so they couldn't play both in the same turn. Worked out perfectly. Do we even care about this? Guess it's probably better than most of their cards. Okay, a bit punished, but I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be A-okay. Just going to wait on this Whir. Yeah, it's also good against Noble Hierarch specifically, though. Seems to be, based on this game. I'm just going to draw the second Whir, I guess. Seems fine. I think it's just so hard for us to lose anyway, but... not against the second Whir. There's a Shredder on top. Make me feel guilty for drawing the Whir and having to Whir away the Shredder. Oh, this deck really turns the corner. Really does. Cool. Thanks, opponent. Okay. We get to be on the draw now. So that's a thing. Get to see how we feel about being on the draw. Game 1 we lost because we were on the draw. I assume we won that game because we were on the play. What's wrong with you, Cambo? What's wrong is you gained good taste in Magic cards. Or something. Nexus is great. Cast more Nexi. Is there a card in Spoilers that works with Nexus? Am I missing something? I've not seen all the cards. I've not caught up with them completely yet. There is. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this life? I need to go look at that in a moment. This hand seems kind of poop. Doesn't have a bridge, doesn't have a discard spell. Obviously we have a piece of removal. And this like blocks for a while and then protects our bridge once we draw it. But 4 lands is really rough. Oh wow, untaps all your lands in your end step. That's so gas. That's not great. I'm gonna try and find like a 0 mana artifact. This is better than a 5. But double Thoughtseize is not ideal against that deck. Alright, this stops us from sacking our Glimmervoid. Even though it's not great, I'm gonna keep it. Don't know if I can get away with keeping it, but it's possible. I'm just meant to dig for a 0 mana artifact or like a Darkslick Shores. The beginning of your end step, untap all lands you control. Oh my god. That is delightful. That makes me so happy as someone who deeply enjoys casting Nexus of Fate. I'm going to lead with Glimmervoid in case I draw Darkslick Shores. Then I can fire off both Thoughtseizes. They have like a 2 mana Shatter somehow. Whatever. Yeah, it seems really silly with Addendum. I agree. Right. I guess it could be worse. God damn it. Tilt Mill. Plague. Wow, their hand is... oh, it's not the best. Ours is also not the best. I'm just going to take an image. God, their hand is so... If we had like a functional draw, I think we'd be in a great spot, but... Actually, this is weirdly okay with me. It empties out my hand, so I can get underneath my bridge faster. Oh, I guess they get to image it next turn, potentially. That's pretty rude. This is definitely a hand of magic cards that do things. That is definitely a description that could be applied. Alright, they took the bridge. They smart. Okay. Give me a land, please. Thank you. I know they have a phantasmal image to copy this freebooter. So yes, I'm priced into Thoughtseizing them. How do I win then? Oh, this... Every game where they played a Thalia on 2, we just like not being able to do anything. It's so frustrating too, because if you're on like the play, Thalia does nothing. But when you're on the draw, she's really frustrating. Thalia is an excellent magic card. What do I even do? Do I have to cast Stirrings and like hope to draw a bridge and have 4 mana for it? I don't think I can win the game if I cast Thoughtseize. What's the thing? I'm pretty sure if I cast Thoughtseize I can't actually win the game. Because I go to 9, I take like 4, 5, 6, 7, go to 4. And then next turn, like, how do I get a bridge in play? Like, I have the Whir, but I just can't Whir for a bridge then. I'm gonna fire off the Stirrings. I have to take a land. As depressing as it is, because then if I draw a bridge, I can cast it. Plague Crafter is a human. It's also like pretty good against Teferi out of the blue-white decks. So bridge on top of the deck, yep. Like a 4%er to still be alive, I guess. Which I guess I'll take. Okay, they drew a freebooter anyway, so even if we'd Thoughtseize them, it would have achieved nothing. I can feel the bridge. It is coming. Helpfully emptying our hand for the bridge. I assume they're meant to take the Whir of Invention. I'm not sure of any reason why you take the Thoughtseize. Bridge. Come on. Even if I draw bridge? How am I dead even if I draw bridge? I take 2 next turn, but then like... Oh, and then I have the Thoughtseize in hand. Yeah. I have to like draw an Inquisition to target myself. Yeah, GG's. That was rough. That matchup feels like really dice rolly. Both the games where we were on the draw, we were just like trapped under Thalia, and the game where we were on the play, we were like just far enough ahead. Stupid humans, I know, right? It's definitely one of the matchups hurt by having a pile of Unmoored Egos. Don't I want Brutality? There is a brutality in my sideboard because we're entering our next match now. The match is over, Chocolate Man. The match is over. It's done. You wish Valia let us have any. It's no worries. Yeah, that makes sense, Prometheus. Like I say, the old Lantern lists from like a few months back would have like Pyroclasm or two in their board, maybe another removal spell. Some of them even ran like a Fatal Push. But if you want to play Unmoored Ego, you just don't necessarily have space for that sort of stuff. I am wondering if you really need to have Damping Sphere in your board anymore if you have Unmoored Ego. I imagine they just had a bunch of cards they didn't want Dokomoy and figured that Plaguecrafter could randomly kill a Spellskite or something like that. Would be my assumption. This hand is not very good. This hand is quite bad, but we're on like 6 cards. What am I meant to do? I don't know. Maybe this isn't even a keep on 6. It is honestly pretty garbage. Interesting. Ponza, is that you? It's like, I kind of have to still just play out my blue sources, but I do fear that we're about to get Ponza'd. They are trying to make white mana. They could be like Naya Ponza with like Nahiris or something. Or they could just be Green Devotion. Maybe have like a random white splash for some stuff. This is Turbo Fog. Yeah, you're right, Prometheus. You are 100% correct. It's banned Turbo Fog. Yep. You are better at figuring out weirdo pairings than I am. Yeah. This card is awkward. Might be here a while if we're gonna win this one. I'm not gonna mill. I should mill myself because I have Academy Ruins. Yeah. It's fine. My heart will go on. Obviously should have milled myself, but this opponent played in a Thief a few minutes ago. Okay. Just tearing their way through all the streamers. One streamer at a time. What? What is happening? What is modern? Why is modern? Oh, I literally have a lantern on top of my deck, huh? This was loose. Maybe meant to Ruins back Lantern. Then next turn Lantern into Whir. Yeah. This was like non-optimal play. Just hadn't even considered that I milled a Lantern. Whir or Needle. I guess I could do that. I feel like I just want to get a bridge next turn, so I can deal with the core allies eventually too. I don't know how I'd ever beat like a Teferi or something like that from this position though. You feel like Blue Black Mill is better than Lantern Control at the moment? That's understandable. Like, Blue Black Mill is actually quite legitimate, I think. Jeez, so many 1/1s. If I draw another land, I just can never get underneath these. Oh my god. That's a good one. That is a good one. Okay. Still pretty scared about whatever nonsense they have in their hand, but now don't have to use our Whir on a bridge, which is nice. I wonder if I was meant to like play the Academy runes instead of the Inventors Fair, so that I could save my Whir and not have to get a lantern. Oh my god, Lassie. Yeah, Blue-Black Mill was just like a surprisingly legitimate deck at the moment against all odds. Yep. I kind of need a discard spell at some point, huh? I just have no idea what's in their hand, which is a bit brutal. Opponent is casting some magic cards. Magic cards are going on the stack and quite often resolving. Okay. That is really brutal, jeez. Maybe I had to upkeep Search for a Lantern. I was just meant to play Academy Ruins last turn. That was a really big mistake. I've been making so many mistakes today. I don't know what's wrong. What's wrong with me today? It's been a while since I played this deck. Okay. Well. What phase is the moon in? Modern is different now. It is a bit different. But still no excuse for not upkeeping the lantern. I don't actually know how. I guess we have to find a Pyrite Spellbomb to kill one of these or something. To live through this now. I still just have to get a lantern this turn though. I guess I literally have to get a Pyrite Spellbomb or I die, as embarrassing as it is. God, it's like the most embarrassing thing. Just like throwing my Whir of Invention into the graveyard. Is it more embarrassing than casting? Yes. One of them is like strictly a mistake. The other is having fun. Okay, then. Yep. I mean, I get that's honestly not the end of the world for us. I could Whir for Needle. I can Whir. No, now I Whir for the Spellbomb and kill an ally. Right? I Whir for Spellbomb, kill an ally. And now the creatures are so big that they can't get underneath our bridge next turn. We do not necessarily win. We have literally no idea what's in their hand. We have Nissa we need to Needle at some point before she ultimates. But we don't have EE in our deck, sadly. Lantern's not played Engineered Explosives in like a year. Yeah, upkeep stop. Agree. Smart. Should definitely be milling myself so I can mill a needle at some point. Get back Lantern. To win for sure. I mean, we literally have zero idea what cards are in their hand. So saying we're going to win for sure is enthusiastic. Also, we literally cannot beat the card Urza's Ruinous Blast. So there's that too. I guess I could let them draw it and try and Thoughtseize it. Playing against some weirdo legendary deck. Do I just let them draw this and try and Thoughtseize it? Hope that they haven't stockpiled a land in their hand? I guess that is the plan. They do have Magic the Gathering cards in hand. Oh wow. Durable. Make it go away. I mean, if they have a land they've stockpiled in their hand, we die, but whatever. It would be a glorious death. Like, part of the thinking of giving them the Ruinous Blast is if they have a Ruinous Blast in hand already, and we Thoughtseize them, and we mill them, and they draw a land, they get to cast it, whereas this way we actually have information on whether we just need to deny them a land for a while. I feel like that's pretty relevant for us. It does make more sense. I agree. Kinda, sorta. Which creature do they play? Hopefully not one that destroys an artifact. If they play Terastodon, I guess we die. I'm hoping it's just... I think I'm going to assume it's Emrakul. And just hope they're not a mad person who's playing Terastodon. Condemn. Into the rebuild card zone, okay. Like, I feel like I'm suitably far behind. I'm just going to assume they don't have Terastodon. We do have main deck ways. We have an Assassin's Trophy to deal with a Platinum Angel, so... Oh, they shuffled away the Ruinous Blast so we couldn't take it. They smart. Kinda smart. Alright, none of these cards do anything, so I guess I can just take the Polymorph. Ruin's Pyrite does not kill the Angel. Angel has 7 toughness. You need to activate Pyrite 4 times in a turn to kill the Angel. Which is, you can only do it like twice. Alright, we're going to take the Polymorph. I think none of the other cards do anything. Oh, it's a 4/4. I'm stupid. I'm sorry, Jadoff. I'm incredibly sorry. I don't know what the card Platinum Angel is. Is this? Apologies. Right, so we get to let them drop the land. The hand is currently blank. We got a lot of work to do. We need to kill 2 Gideons of Assassin's Trophies at some point, I guess. we're just gonna chill for a bit whilst we set up mill rocks. I'm gonna needle this Nissa before she can ult. Get rid of this fetch. It's probably better than most of their draws. Yep. Pretty much one. I would not go that far, but it's getting better for us. Voice of Zendika, yeah. Melt this Mox Opal, start taking 4 mill rocks. This is fine. I feel like I might as well just get back the Pyrite Spellbomb. Since Pyrite Spellbomb gives me like max control over what I want to draw. I can cycle it when I next see something on top that I actually want. They drew a Path to Exile, relevant to know, so they can cycle the path to, they can use the path as a reshuffle. I'm not too worried about that. I'd rather just keep digging for more mill rocks instead. I'll worry about that. Oh, this is real good. Okay. Draw a card. Grab this Codex Shredder. Oh, that's fair, Jadolf, that's fair. You might have a point there. We don't need to deal with the Gideon yet. We can just trophy it later. We're going to draw to a trophy at some point. I'd rather just build up my mill rocks, I think. The more mill rocks I have in play, the more control I have over the game. This is the first game of the day. Yeah, we've been here a while. Good to see you. This might not be the optimal way of doing everything, but I kind of just want to play fast at this point. We can Spellbomb Gideon really slowly. I'd rather just dig for trophy. It's so much easier. So much less time intensive. Action intensive. Yeah, we have infinite trophies. Oh, I guess I should have activated the Pyxis. This bridge kind of does nothing for me, huh? At this point. Yeah, that was pretty silly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can get back Whir, cast Whir. Yeah, Codex can destroy every permanent they have. It's so sweet. One of the really cool things about Lantern in the late game. If you let it do its thing. Alright, so we're going to Codex book Whir. Start whirring for more codexes. Get them all out of our deck. Go Ponza mode, you can do it. Oh my god. Kill so many lands. What do they do without no lands? I'm actually just going to start milling them a bit, because I kind of want to get this over with. Feel like it's now pretty hard for us to lose at this point. It's like reasonably aggressive of me, but whatever. That's what Lantern's for, right? Being aggressive. Oh, I should definitely cycle the Spellbomb. God, Urza's Ruinous Blast is such a terrifying magic card to have to play against. Probably just meant to let them draw that, but... I'm going to focus on the game a bit, rather than talking to chat, because I kind of need to get this over with. I'll catch up on chat once this game's over, during sideboarding. This is the one downside to streaming Lantern. I need to look away from chat more than I like. But we got a job to do here. Got a game to win. Once their library is empty, we'll find the Assassin's Trophy, kill the Gideon, and they'll die on their doorstep. Sounds pretty delightful to me, if I'm being completely honest. Destroy all curses attached to me. Take that, curses. Be gone. Be gone, ye foul curses that have afflicted me for so long. Witchbane Orb says, be gone. I don't think we've actually seen the polymorph target yet, which is pretty weird. Alright, I'm going to save the Pyxis until last in case we see an Emrakul. Now we just need to find the trophy, and they die. This is game one, by the way. I'm gonna have to play the next one a lot faster, I'm afraid. Probably not much chat going on in the next one. Makes me sad too. Where's the damn trophy? We do have one in here, right? Yeah. Alright, we'll draw it next turn. And then they die. Oh my gosh. Please. Where are you? Thank you. Thank you. Target Gideon. Oh my gosh. We did not blind Pyxis for this exact reason at any point in this game. Right, what have I missed out on? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm actually doing pretty well today, despite what that game might imply. I'm just gonna catch up with chat before I worry about sideboarding. They just have a single Emrakul. Yeah. Yeah, they're just eating up clock. Alright, what do we want? What do we want? We want the Pithing Needle. 100% want the Pithing Needle. Yeah, I'm not going to be reading chat much in the future games for that exact reason. Because we're going to be really pressed for time. Grafdigger's Cage seems pretty bad. Stops Emrakul, I don't think that's at all relevant. Probably want the Fountain. Why do we want the Fountain? I don't think I want the Fountain. Yeah, I'm wondering if we want to Ego Ruinous Blast. Ruinous Blast is like pretty annoying. It's by far the scariest card in their deck. We definitely want the Abrupt Decay because we're scared of Stony. Only having 2 Stony answers post-board is not particularly exciting to me. I'm also unsure how Surgical compares to the other options. Yeah, the beats are pretty anemic, I think. I think the beats don't matter. Like, I'm almost at the point of boarding out a bridge. This is how much I think the beats matter. I think I might actually do that. Just only have the 2. Herm. I think I want a second Ego. And I just feel like Welding Jar is unlikely to line up against that. I feel like they're going to be all in on Stony, is the thing. Which makes Welding Jar pretty unexciting. Yeah, Brutality of the Blast could be reasonable. I'm unsure. It could also hit counterspells, right? Which is relevant too. I think that one's like a close decision. Yeah, I want the Tez because I'm scared of Stony. It's just like a way to beat Stony. If the game comes down to that. Right. Unexciting hand, but pretty sure it's a keep. I'm going to have to play this one fast. I'm not going to be reading chat very much, sadly. This is not a chat-friendly matchup, apparently. Okay. Let means I get to fire off this stirring. Holy cow. Yep. Yep. I have the ego. So I'm not too worried about the blast. We can just take it next turn. Right. So just take a Pyxis. So they have a blast in hand. Gideon time. Nissa time, right? I'm just gonna fire this off, I think. Oh, I'm so stupid. Now I can't ego them. I don't need to ego them this turn, so it's not the end of the world. That was pretty dumb, though. I don't know why I did that. It was obviously a mistake. Just gonna let them draw the Sprawl. Sprawl doesn't matter. No point cutting them off of mana. Next turn we get to ego them, take the blast, find out what we need to, not what we need to beat. I'm just gonna draw this Bauble because we're not entirely 100% sure what we're looking for yet, and I don't want to get rid of this breeding pool since I think breeding pool is a pretty bad draw for them most likely. Lantern is almost, it's like Artifact Enchantress, kinda ish. ... question mark, ellipsis. I never thought my first ever Unmoored Ego would be on Urza's Ruinous Blast. But I guess this is the world we live in. Also, I should have played out the Inventors Fair for a life last turn, I think. That was also a slight mistake. Kind of just taking actions, trying to get through this game. A single life is hopefully not going to matter too much. Urza's Ruinous Blast. They have a Settle the Wreckage. And wow, they must have a lot of bad cards they can't take out. Take a very quick look at their deck. They have 2 Scavenging Ooze, 2 Pithing Needle, 2 Night of Autumn, no Stony Silence. Okay, cool. And they took out the Polymorph package. Path to Exile is not a card I care about particularly. Yeah, they have 2 Knights. Oh, did it show us what card they drew? Are these the cards they drew? Did they draw a Sea Beyond? Is that what that means? Off the Unmoored Ego? I guess I want them to draw this forest, so I'm not activating the Pyxis. Kind of weird. Land is so bad for me though. It's like really bad. I think yeah, digging for bridge seems better. I agree. I think they have so many dead cards in their deck at this point. I can afford just to activate this and probably get away with it okay. I'm just gonna draw the Lantern, I think. It's not a great draw, but I've had worse. Perfect. I do keep appearing in opposing decks. It's a common occurrence. Alright, they're pathing themselves to get the reshuffle. Makes sense. Windswept Heath. I'll let them have a Windswept Heath. I'm not taking a risk on... just for the sake of denying them a reshuffle. Oh, we have to be aware of the Nissa ult next turn. Kinda need a Pithing Needle now. Oh. Okay, so I need a Pithing Needle. I have 3 in my deck. Sack Fair, get Needle. Yeah, I can get a Needle with my Fair, that's true. So we're actually fine. If I do it upkeep, I don't have to draw the stupid Spire of Industry, which seems like a pretty bad draw to me. It's also not a great draw. Being completely honest. Yolt does draw a lot of cards. This is accurate. Cool. You can have another fetch land. Have it signed by me. That is definitely a thing you need to do, Chocolate Man. Oh my god, aw. Yeah, I take 0, I go to 18. Oh, they're gonna settle themselves. It's kinda gas. Adorable. That sounds good, Chocolate Man. Always very happy to sign cards. I must remember to pack my Sharpies. They're currently not in my backpack, but I've been trying to actually remember to take them to events. Nice Temple Garden. Insane that such ramp. This Nissa plus Settle combo seems so powerful. See beyond time. Alright, here's the scary moment. We're kinda not, because we're drawing a Thoughtseize next turn. Oh my god, oh. I do sign cards other than Night of Autumn for what it's worth. If you want a non-Selesnya card. Okay. Does nothing. Nexus of Fate. I would very happily sign a Nexus of Fate. I adore that card way too much. Makes me deeply happy. I'm aware that makes me a terrible person. I think I'm just going to do this. The fetch land's like medium annoying and I don't want to draw a bad card. Oh. I was maybe meant to mill myself again. I think this is fine though if they're drawing a bad card. It just doesn't matter. I just want to play fast now. The only way I lose is by not playing fast. I'm probably going to focus on the game a lot too. I will return to chat afterwards. As long as I'm taking actions, I'm going to kill them sooner or later. I just have to play at a decent pace. Wait, what? It's just the same two cards on top of both our libraries? That seems unlikely, but sick. They have another Gideon in hand, so I'm not casting this until their deck is empty. I would absolutely do that ape. That sounds great. Oh, I guess I'm going to take some damage now, huh? It's not too relevant, but is a thing, I suppose. Alright, now I can actually just deal with all the Gideons in one fell swoop. Just like so many dead Gideons lying around this tattered battlefield. The blood of Gideon runs on our hands. So I specifically don't want to cast this now because I don't want them to get the reshuffle. Let's get the Stone Rain value. I know this is strictly incorrect as a target, but you know, I know what I'm about. Be true to yourself, you know, chat. Sometimes you just gotta Stone Rain people. And that is fine. God, yield until next end step is my literal favorite thing. It makes me so deeply happy. This is game 2. We won game 1. We got to Unmoored Ego Urza's Ruinous Blast, Alex. Just my first ever Unmoored Ego, and it named Ruinous Blast for some reason. Alright. I'm gonna head to the bar for a moment, because apparently I've actually been lanterning for quite a while, even though we're only 3 matches in, because that lantern life. So I'm gonna fire up an ad whilst I'm AFK. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. We can continue lanterning some folk. appear to have returned. Also, I blocked Mew. Blocked Mew, apparently. Such regret. Oh, geez, such regret. Okay, 2-1 with Lantern. I've only resolved Unmoored Ego once so far, but it was pretty nice, taking our opponent's Ruinous Blasts. Scariest card in their deck by far. Just like 3 less cards we have to worry about milling. It's so cool. So I got one of these deck boxes that change when you when they get heated by you holding them. But I've had the heater on in my room, and the deck box has been slowly changing color over time because of the heater. Oh, I didn't block Mew. Okay, that is good. Don't want to hurt Mew's feelings. Mew deserves all the love and attention in the world. Oh my gosh. I really want this 4-1. Really want Lantern to be good. I just want to face Tron and destroy them with my Unmoored Egos. Feel vindication. For all those times they've destroyed me. The Tron matchup must be really weird now. I guess you, because of the main deck Surgical, I guess you just want to be shredding them from turn 1. Milling a Wall Breaker is so scary though. Aren't I a Tron player? In a former life. In a former life I was in fact a Tron player, once upon a time. Maybe in a future time too. I'm trying to become a better person though, I say as I register Lantern for a league. Alright, I'm in. I'm in on this hand. Do not know what I'm playing turn 1. Excellent question, Autumn. What are you playing turn 1? Is it Cage or Shredder? Go Cage turn 1. I don't want them to Inquisition my Shredder. I'm gonna play this. Incoming turn 1, Faithless Looting. Discard 2 Stinkweed Imps. Spirit Guide, Faithless Looting. Dredge 10. Make me feel like a fool. Interesting. I'm not actually going to mill either of us yet. Until I know what's going on. Yeah, if they're on something like Living End, I don't want to fill their yard at all, right? Okay, game 1 against Living End's really good. So that's nice. They find it very hard to beat a bridge game 1, and then we just have to grind through Ingot Chewers game 2 and 3. It's either the Dread or the Spirit Guide. It's probably the Dread. Cage does not... Cage adds to the war value. But yes, it's not particularly ideal here. Agreed. Target creature. They don't even have a creature in play. Cage is a mana rock, exactly. Squirmit gets it. They literally can't... None of these cards do anything. What do we take? All of these are blank pieces of cardboard. Take the Dread. Yes, we take the Dread. There aren't going to be creatures in play for a while is the problem. But I guess we take the Dread. I don't know. But I was worried that the Spirit Guide's going to be more relevant. Guide is basically Stone Rain. Take their mana source. I use some loose definitions of Stone Rain. But and I'll stop milling myself. Since there are no one-ofs that are particularly important in the deck against them. Am I worrying? Whir would find a Lantern of Insights. Kind of just want to get a bridge next turn instead. I think it's like pretty hard for them to beat a bridge. It forces them to find one of their beast within. They probably have a couple beast within main as outs to bridge. The alternative is I find a lantern and just try and stop them drawing the beast within, but I can go tutor a lantern later anyway. I think I just want to get a bridge as soon as possible. Yeah, Cage is looking pretty strong, I agree. I'm glad you approve of this strong deck building decision. Potent, one might say. Okay. Hey there, friend. They sure are, lassie. They sure are. Right, somehow we have to keep them off a beast within against their a million cyclers deck. That is very good at drawing cards off the top of its deck. But not in a terrible position now. Violent Outburst. I don't actually care about that, right? It's just like fine. Just makes creatures. Fulminator Mage is a bit punishing for playing out the Inventors Fair. But again, doesn't really matter. You tread. I just want to get a bridge, I think. Start making bridges. I think I was probably just meant to play the island last turn to play around a Fulminator Mage. But this is fine. They want to spend a turn stone raining me. I'm actually like pretty okay with that. They're deciding whether to do it now or pass the turn. Oh my god, oh. So many stone rains raining down upon us. Ooh, they're taking us off triple blue. I guess they figure if they kill a non-Inventors Fair land, we can't activate the Inventors Fair for a while. Yeah, they have Ingot Chewers post-board. So the pre-board games are pretty easy. The post-board games get a bit tougher because of Ingot Chewer. And they're like pretty good at drawing their Ingot Chewers too. Pyxis is an amazing draw though. Getting a second Mill Rock here is very, very strong. Okay. And I'm fine with them drawing a forest. I actually almost kind of want to draw the Inquisition, just so I have perfect info. I know most of the cards in the hand probably don't matter anyway, but I feel like it's very hard for us to lose from this game regardless. I'd just be a bit more comfortable with perfect info. Like, they're on, like, Gorge, Spirit Guide, Living End, and 2 mystery cards, which really can't be that much. Maybe drawing the Inquisition is just bad. Maybe I'm just meant to try and find a second bridge. This is probably just bad. I guess, Squirmit. I feel like if I find a second bridge, I just can't lose. I feel like if they go, if their hand is like Beast within Cascade card, I could conceivably lose this game. If I don't try and find a bridge and I just like keep the Inquisition. Alright, I'm not going to activate this. I want to always have 1 mill rock up so I don't die to them cycling into a Beast within off the top. Even though a Lantern isn't like a particularly good draw. I'm just going to go ahead and draw it anyway. So we need them to not have Beast within Spirit, Violent Outburst, Spirit Guide. Obviously we know they have 2 parts of that. Apparently they do not have the Beast within, which means the game is probably over. I'm just going to draw the Shredder. Now we're just going to dig for a second bridge. Yeah, they tend to play like 2 copies, sometimes 3, I think. If I actually want to seriously start playing Lantern again, I need to look at deck lists more closely, but they used to always be on like 2 copies or thereabouts. Note myself. Pithing Needle. I can turn off Cyclers. It's not like a terrible draw. I think I just want to dig for a bridge though. I have a second Lantern. I could probably afford to activate this Pyxis. It's like a bit risky. I don't think it's actually that risky though. It's like fine. Okay, the Mox Opal lets me activate the Inventors Fair, so now I can find another bridge for next turn. And that should completely seal things. Arf, arf. Oh. We are being monsters today, it's great. Oh, they get to Stone Rain my Inventors Fair, huh? With the Fulminator Mage. Okay. And we get to crack it and go find another bridge anyway. Kinda, letting them draw the Street Wraith is really loose. I should not be letting them do this. Should definitely be milling them in their upkeep. Embracing the monster inside us. Shouldn't they have done that in response? In response to what, Squirmit? Oh, playing the Mox Opal? Yeah, because then they can kill the Inventors Fair. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with your assessment, Squirmit. Okay, they're just not doing anything. I'm gonna mill this Street Wraith. It's the same as milling whatever's underneath the Street Wraith anyway. Like a 0 mana cycler is just really obnoxious. Again, this is just like the same as milling the card underneath it, because they have a bunch of mana for cycling. I'd rather just like take away the option of them doing it whenever they want to. There's the Beast Within. I don't think they have a cycler at the moment. At the most, they have one cycler. So I believe they have a single mystery card. God damn. The one mystery card was a Beast Within. Why didn't they go for the kill sooner? I feel like they could have killed us before this. 12, 16, 19, 20, 21. Wait, is this not lethal? Oh, it wasn't lethal beforehand, so they needed to be able to cast a violent outburst, I guess. 12, 14, 19. No, it is just lethal. I'm being silly. It's been... But we get a free to block with. Okay, so we're not actually dead here. So they needed the Demonic Dread to kill us. That makes sense. Yeah. They need one of the Cascade cards to kill us, which I think they have. I guess they don't. Alright. So we're not dead and we fair for a second bridge. This is very strange. I am amazed that we are apparently alive. I just didn't even run the numbers on it. I didn't realize that Beast Within plus Cascader was not actually lethal yet. I just assumed that would always be lethal at all points in the game. Maybe they forgot about the token. Yeah, maybe, JD. A bridge protecting us, even in its death. The troll has emerged from beneath the bridge. Resolves. So this is 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 21, I think. Might be wrong. I guess we find out very soon. Wow. The Inventors Fair saved us by gaining life. If they just fulminated the Inventors Fair, we'd have died. Instead of, like, fulminating the blue source. Earlier in the game. That's so weird. None of these have 1 power randomly, right? No. Cool. So we can afford to draw something clunky. Again, we just need to mill all the cyclers. Since cyclers give them control over when they draw cards. My opponents have not had that much fun. Apart from my humans opponent, who had a lot of fun. I think this only does it to our team. Right? Living End has been suspended. We've entered the weird part of the game. I think with a second bridge in play, we probably actually just, like, can't lose the game anymore. It's not even obvious they have enough Beast Withins in their deck to kill both remaining bridges. Thief of Hope. Oh. Alright, let's get milling. It sure does, or it sure does. Zero fun for anyone, apart from me. I quite enjoy this, but I don't know, masochist or something. This is like reasonably delightful. Horror of the Broken Lands. Cool. The fidget spinner of modern magic, Jesus. Oh. I guess they get to Stone Rain us now. Oh, woe is us. However will we win this game? It's 3 hearts because if you check the card Whir of Invention, it has 3 blue symbols. That was the actual reasoning behind the title. I was like, huh, this is perfect. This is actually just perfect. Let's just try and get them dead. I'm kind of bored. Yeah, killing opponents is like a thing you should do at some point. Opponent is prioritizing Whir. I should probably stop tapping this land. I think the only way I lose the game is by accidentally paying life for this land. So I should probably just like pretend that that land does not exist. Oh. Goodbye, fair. Why have they not used the Fairy Macabre at some point? I feel like there was probably a good moment for this Fairy Macabre. Stop the second bridge coming in play. Oh, Moto just refusing to let me F6 anymore. Cool. Why kill opponent when you can toy with their emotional instability or stability instead? Wow. Wow. Or I did have that bug. It's a very weird bug. I don't know what causes it. It's quite annoying. I guess that card technically doesn't do anything, but whatever. Herp derp 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 derp. Alright, well they had the Beast of Venom, we still somehow won, so that's nice. Oh, I literally need to mill this Whir, huh? Because I can't cast it. I guess I don't literally need to mill it, because like, none of their creatures are 1 power, but whatever. Is there always a logic behind the hearts, or just sometimes? I refer you to Or's reply. Or's reply is accurate. We are having fun. Magic is a fun and interactive game. Are you not entertained? Oh. What am I doing? Tapping lands at random. Alright. This Grafdigger's Cage card seems really strong. I think we should keep it in the deck. Pyrite Spellbomb seems pretty bad too. Welding Jar, agree. Pithing Needle has like some utility. Spellskite has some utility. Although this seems really bad against Living End actually. Take that one out. Okay, I'm kind of interested in this stuff. I feel like we probably just want all the egos. Might be overkill, but... Surgical's like fine. You can take all their Living Ends, or all their Fulminators, or all their Chewers. Yeah, we ego Ingot Chewer, most likely. Egoing Living End also just gives you a lot of time. But I think Ingot Chewer is like the big one. That card is how they win the game, right? Trophy seems pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know if we want all 4 copies. We definitely want a non-zero number of copies. Extraction does seem decent. I'm just wondering like what we cut here. The discard spells are definitely better post-board. Like, they're kind of bad pre-board, but I think post-board they go up a bit. Trimmer Pyxis. Maybe. I'm kind of tempted to trim a Whir. It sounds really weird, but they have like 4 Fulminator mages. I don't know, that can't be right. Yeah, Trim and Inquisition seems fine. Opponent was very keen on getting the Whirs out of that. I'm just gonna trim one. Don't know if that's right or not, but like, trimming Whir always feels weird. It's just the best card in the deck, that and Mox Opal, but they have 4 Fulminators and this is a land short of being decent. I mean, they're on the more 5 strat. This is a land. So that's probably fine. Kinda don't love it. I want to be able to cast the Stirrings. Any trinket turns on the Mox Opal. I think this is just bad. I have not played Grixis Whir. It seems kind of my style though. Yeah, I agree, Shot. I agree. It doesn't actually help us at all. They have the land on top. We have the land on top too though, so... Okay, fire off the Stirrings. Find a trinket. Or a jar. Jar is good too. I kind of want the Shredder though. With the surgical. Does some work. Jar just protects the bridge so well. This is like kind of tough. It's much easier to find a Shredder than a jar. With the second Stirrings. We don't know what we're milling for. That's true. Kind of just milling for like more bridges and jars in general, which might be the reason we're meant to take this in the first place. That's fair. Like what we're really looking to mill towards is these like, well, beats. Actually, we get to get rid of this, don't we? The stirrings. Wow, just so smart taking that jar. Taking the jar was just perfect. And a Thoughtseize, just have everything. Just can't possibly. Street Wraith. Yes, I am meant to mill that. Most likely I get punished. No, if there's an I get punished if there's Ingot Chewer exactly. But I don't want them having control over when they cycle. They kind of just have to cycle immediately to find land drops though, it feels like. I'm just gonna let them have it. Feels like they kind of have to cycle to hit their land drops anyway. That's fair shot, that's fair. Maybe you're right, that was probably bad. Still think we're in a fine spot though. Whoa. Lantern control in best of one. That sounds great. I would be into that. Interesting. So if I take a Fulminator and Surgical them, their hand does literal nothing. And then I can get a Pyxis so that I can answer Ingot Chewer. That makes sense to me. Okay. So we're stomping ground. So exile the Surge for money to get rid of this one, shuffle away the Wraith, and then draw a Whir for my turn. I think we're just in an amazing position here. Alright, so that's they only have one Ingot Chewer. Jeez. I don't think they can win this game with only one Ingot Chewer. Oh, they have 2k command. Good shout. Beast have been on top, so I can get out of here. Unmoored Ego. I guess that's fine. I kind of just want to get more mill rocks. I'm just gonna do this now because I'm lazy. Okay. Letting them have a fetch gives them a bit of control over their next draw step, but I'm not sure I care too much. We've got 2 mill rocks, we're like pretty insulated in general. Yep, another outburst does not seem particularly strong here. I'm pretty sure they cannot actually win this game. 4 of a kind, they win. Something like that. Alright, I might as well get rid of this, since it lets them draw a card whenever they want. They can have that one. Street Wraith. Well, Pithing Needle answers the all 4 Horror of the Broken Lands, so that I don't have to mill it. In case the next card is Chewy. Oh, that's a good point, Bobbin. That's an excellent point. Actually, no. I don't think so. The reason I upkeeped is because I wanted to get rid of the Botanical Sanctum. I guess I'm fine with drawing a Sanctum if they're drawing a bad card though, so maybe you're right. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, as long as I play fast, I don't think they can win this. Just have to finish this game in time. Yeah, Chua getting looped is the only way we can lose. I agree. You're 100% correct. It's a dead card. I'm just gonna let them draw it. Just doesn't matter. I want to build up my resources a tiny bit more before I go ham. Yeah, they're pretty dead. Agree. I'm just gonna start getting this over with. Like a couple cards at a time. I guess we get to exile that. We use our Unmoored Ego, but that doesn't actually matter. Getting this out of the deck is a pretty big game. Don't they have a Celadon in hand? I don't think they do. I think I milled the Celadon, as far as I know. I guess we're about to find out. Yeah, I think I'm naming K Command. It's already a beast within in the yard. I will say one thing. It really freaks you out when you play this deck online, how often the top card of a library doesn't change. It's like really uncomfortable. It feels like it happens way more than it should. That one does nothing right. Yeah. Feelings are stupid and shouldn't be trusted. Just checking something a sec. Oh my gosh. That's heartbreaking, Bobbin. Jeez. That's so heartbreaking. I wish I could play with your cat. Want to play with Autumn or Mew? Excellent question. Should technically like upkeep this Pyxis. This doesn't matter. So impossible to die. Oh my gosh, this is adorable. Wow. Those discard triggers. Letting us cast things in the cleanup step the way Magic was meant to be played. Alright, if we really, yeah, we can exile the Blackcleave Cliffs, I guess. He is meant to get rid of these Beast events. I miscounted the number of cards in their library. I thought we could have them dead anyway. See, the card just didn't change again. How many times has this happened today? The top card just hasn't changed. It's so weird. It's so, like, incredibly uncomfortable. I need to actually just start keeping track of how often it happens. The truth is out there. Oh my god. Somewhere out there in the world, someone has had to discard a card in cleanup to Archfiend of Ifnir to trigger the Archfiend to make their opponent's team smaller to win the game. Or not die or something weird. Somewhere in the world this has happened. Alright, 3 and 1 with Lantern. Lantern OP. Insert comments about Ancient Stirrings here. I should probably like pass the turn. It did the type into their box thing. This is easily testable Swimmer map. I know both BBD and Canister, like clearly they've both played a lot of Lantern Online, right? And both of them have said they think this is an actual thing that you notice when you have a Lantern of Insight in play. I feel like they're both pretty reasonable individuals, and both of them think it's a thing that seems to happen when you can see the top card of both libraries. Sometimes it just like changes less than it statistically should. You cool confirmation, but maybe. It's interesting though. It's pretty hard to mulligan double discard into bridge. Sound kinda doesn't do much. But a lot of decks are not beating double discard into bridge. Ruining this person's 5-0. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have regret. Okay. It's not great for us game 1. We have 4 Unmoored Ego post board. Which is something. Also their hand is like not the best. Maybe we can win this. God, Tron is so good. Why aren't I playing Tron? Why did I forsake Khan and Ugin? I think I'm still just firing off the Thoughtseize. Come on, surgical. That would be pretty nice too. Relic. It's probably just getting cycled, if we're being honest. Interesting. God, I hate playing against Tron so heckin' much. It's like all my options feel kind of bad. I've had like the dream draw against them and I'm still just like, Okay. Yes, I'm trophying a land. I'm playing the needle. Needling something that isn't specifically Oblivion Stone is like kind of heartbreaking. It's also not clear that I'm particularly worried about Ugin. That feels like a bit more of a long-term problem. Oh, they let it resolve. Yes. I could just name the relic since it is problematic going long. I feel like the Ugin's just not that scary. This is the thing. It's so far away. Not naming Oblivion Stone sucks a little, but they had them both in their opener. Doesn't matter which one we hit. We also just had perfect information up until their draw step anyway. Powerful magic. Yeah. I guess I play it because I have Whir of Invention in my deck. I don't even know. Probably not going to make any difference, one way or the other. How is New Lantern? It's been pretty fun so far. The humans matchup felt a lot worse, but we're 3-1, which is decent. Currently pretending to be in the game against Tron, by which I mean we'll probably die soon. Hey there, VT. Yep. Well, we have this bridge, which is something. I only have one Pithing Needle left in the deck. I think not removing the Pithing Needle is more important than shredding cards. Hey. Don't even know that this is good enough, but I'm gonna do it. Tron is I've literally played Tron at like 2 Grand Prix VT. Why would it be censored? Oh yeah, it's probably the way the hearts are written. I think we found out that writing them in between stars like makes the message get obscured too. So they have an Ugin in hand. Basically, the two relevant cards are Urza's Tower or Oblivion Stone. I think we're just going to take the tower. Right, they drew a relic after we named relic. We're so incredibly lucky. Well, they just have 4 relics in their deck after we named relic. Right, so they have Oblivion. They only have 1 Oblivion Stone left. What is their list? 2 Oblivion Stones? That's absurd for us. Okay. Interesting. 2 O-Stone, 4 relic. Isn't Oblivion Stone the literal best card in Tron, or am I imagining that? I feel like it's the literal best payoff in Tron. Like, that was always my opinion when I played the deck. Yeah, 4 O-Stone is always correct. If I mill the Pithing Needle, it's pretty sad, I guess. We have this trophy we can buy back to kill the Ballista later, though. I'm just going to start milling them to try and, like, randomly take lands out their deck. Yeah, I agree, Shop. That was... After playing Tron, my opinion was, oh, I should probably have done this in the sense that it doesn't matter. Makes no difference. My opinion on Tron was, you wanted to play Tron when Ballista and O-Stone were good. So as an extension, you probably just wanted 4 Ballista. That was like the decision I came to eventually. Like, you beat up on decks that play to the board, so why not just play the cards that are good at beating up on decks that play to the board? Alright, they're 2 lands away from Eugene, so that's a thing. Thoughtseize answers that though. Shredder kind of answers that. Hey, cut them off lands now, kinda. Whir is great. If I let them draw the O-Stone, I just go get a Pithing Needle, right? Which is fine. It means I don't have a Pithing Needle left in my deck. I also get punished if I randomly exiled the Pithing Needle. If they're trading, we might as well Pyxis. Yeah. I agree. Also, I don't want to, like, remove the Pithing Needle for the Eugene. I'm gonna have Noodle Mog in hand. Scary. We're gonna try and make sure they don't get to 10 mana, though. Sounds tricky, but... Can't Needle Boost. Yeah. Okay. If I can stop them getting to 8 mana, which is pretty ambitious, then I don't think the Ballista can clock me quite fast enough. Yeah, that gets them up to 7. I'm just gonna let them draw it. Needs to not find World Breaker, I guess. Witchbane Orb turns off the Ballista, that's true, as is mine, cool. It might be tricky, but I mean, it's not it's a hard matchup for a reason, right? We can sack this to get Needle, provided it's still in our deck. I'm just gonna hope I haven't been a fool and accidentally exiled my Needle. Could also just get a Shredder, which is like fine too. Yeah, this is definitely the test, I'll say that much. So I have 12 turns against Ballista. No, I'm on 11. So I have how many turns against Ballista? I have 11 turns. I guess I'm at 10, essentially. So they get to untap 9 more times. I think I can't win this game without keeping them off lands, realistically. You'd grab Orb. We need to answer Ugin fast then, before it ultimates. One more turns if they hit land, yeah. There's like a decent chance this is not correct. What can they do? They can like Khans and stuff. Yeah. Put lands in play to cast Ulamog in hand, that too. I think I just want to try and keep them off land. I know it's like incredibly unlikely to work. It feels like the most likely route. I feel like we're swimming upstream against too much stuff if we try and answer every single thing. Because we still have to keep them off 10 mana because of the Ulamog. It's not like things get... It's not like we can just keep them off win cons. Basically, I figure if we try to keep them off win cons, we reach a point where we have to keep them off win cons and mana because of the Ulamog in hand. So I think I'd just rather get either the Shredder or like the Pithing Needle for the map and just try and keep them off mana. I know that like there's a decent chance this doesn't work, but I feel like either route has a chance of failing. I think this is just like very slightly better for us. Because we're only trying to fight mana this way, rather than win cons and mana. I know it's not ideal, but I think it's where I'm at. This is the plan. Cool. What? They just had a Khan in hand they didn't cast last turn? Weird. Why didn't they cast their Khan last turn? Oh, because they had to search for the land with the stirrings? Right. Well, this game's over. It's a bit awkward. Agree. I don't think we can actually win this anymore. There's too many things to answer now. Like Pithing Needle this and get a Witchbane Orb before the turn after. And get a bridge. Just way too many things. GG. Okay, well, that is how things go against Tron typically. Let's see what these sideboard cards do. Botanical Sphere. Deep analysis for these situations. Oh my gosh. 7 minutes per game, oh, that's fine. I'm probably going to re-chat a lot less though. This Pyxis should be in the deck. To cut so many cards to make room for all these Unmoored Egos. This is 65. Can I go down to one bridge? It's like a bit awkward. They're going to be bringing in TKSs against me. How do I ever board out 5 cards? Trim and Opal. I guess the games are like pretty long. Yeah, we'll ego them off. Yeah, maybe the Damping Sphere is just bad because we're going to ego them off Tron and it's so bad against Nature's Claim anyway. I kind of hate boarding out an Opal, but I guess it's what we're doing. Is Skype really that good? My thinking was it just like answers a Nature's Claim, but it's probably way worse than Welding Jar. Need to cut one more card. Maybe it's a Lantern? Going below 2 bridge feels so sketchy. Is Tez good? Traditionally, Tez was how you won the matchup. But traditionally, you just needed to like, you used Tezzeret to buy, you used your mill pieces not to lock them out, but to buy you time so that you could win the game with Tezzeret. But I could imagine that not being the case anymore. Like maybe that's just not how things play out anymore. I have to imagine this is a keep. It's not great, but kind of hard to ship it. Needle was like good against a bunch of their win cons. This hand is like so medium. Doesn't have an ego. Doesn't really have any of like the core lock pieces. I think I'm still gonna keep. But see this being incorrect. Sorry, almost messed up there. Chromatic Sphere, goddamn. Just like already a nightmare scenario. I can't win. I guess I have to take World Breaker and Surgical it. Maybe I have to take Stirrings and Surgical it. Shuffle away the Sphere. I don't know how I beat the World Breaker long term. That's the problem. Guess I worry about that later. Yeah, I hope this buys us enough time. I agree. We get rid of the Sphere too, which is really nice. They have a Ramanap Excavator. Adorable. Just taking a quick look at the deck. I think this is worth time it's going to take. Okay. Excavator seems like a bad loam. Crucible was like never really playable in the deck compared to loam. This is a mana ability, I assume. Yeah. I could just go. I could also just Needle a Khan since that's going to happen anyway. The problem is I need to find an answer to World Breaker at some point. I don't know. I have to like try and keep them off Tron because I can't beat World Breaker. Feels unrealistic. Wait for them to cast Breaker before casting Bridge. I'm gonna cast this. Name expedition map. I just need to buy time, I think. If they have the tower, is there like one blind draw, then so be it. Like GG. Oh, they had a nature's claim. Okay, so they have Tron assembled. So they have a map in hand. So if I play Needle for Khan, they just Breaker the Needle. This matchup still feels abysmal. Even before, I guess like we didn't have an Unmoored Ego in our opener, but I don't feel like you can mulligan towards them. This is the problem. I have to draw the land. I think. Welding Jar, okay. So if like Needle Jar, mill myself, blind draw into Thoughtseize or Needle, I guess. Is the plan? Oh, I should probably mill the Sanctum out of the deck. I should have milled the Sanctum out of the deck. Because now they can still search for it later. So all their search effects are still live. Concede for clock equity. We lost game 1, BT. Concede for life equity. There's the real tech. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can wait, what? Sure. Don't understand. I'll take it, I guess. Apparently they want to play the game with no Khans. Such a good card. I kind of want to keep it. I think I'm just going to keep it. Take some licks off the World Breaker. It's a bit greedy on my part, but Oblivion Stone. I think they only have 2 in their deck is the problem. Right, I'm just gonna draw this Ancient Stirrings and mill the Oblivion Stone, I guess. Maybe I meant to stir first in case I find specifically Needle. Alright, this is a good one. Might as well just do this now, because they can cycle this whenever they want anyway. So they get to have access to the card underneath pretty easily regardless. Ugh. That is an Ulamog, because we didn't mill the Sanctum earlier. If we'd milled the Sanctum earlier, we might have more of a chance. Now we need to draw specifically Thoughtseize, I guess. Or Unmoored Ego. Thoughtseize does kill us. Unmoored Ego is also uncastable. Both of these seem to be problems. In fact. Yeah, I guess I had to sack the lantern maybe. That turn. Thoughtseize we go down to 5. There's an Ulamog in the yard. Surgical we can technically cast. So we have to find surgical. We know they have lands. We know they have a forest, I believe. Alright. Huh. I'm gonna hope they mess up somehow. I think this is pretty over though. If I'd milled the Sanctum earlier, I think we'd actually be in an okay spot, but it just didn't occur to me that I needed to get it out of their deck. Just because I haven't played the matchup in too long. It's like something you know if you've played the matchup recently, but it's been a while. Walking Ballista, huh? Oh, I had to sack that before, yeah, whatever. Before that resolved. Why Tron? Why did Tron have to ruin our nice run we had going? I just wanted to enjoy playing some Lantern. Mind Moil. Aha. Sometimes the good guy loses. Is we were technically the good person in that matchup? I don't know. It's debatable. The heck is a Mind Moil? Just gonna run this back. Keep trying out this list. There are like a few spots I'm kind of skeptical of, but enjoy Lantern too much.